Hello and welcome to Foot of the Hill historical videos. Today we'll be looking at Careg Bica, which is a missing monument near the Llynfi Valley, Maesteg. There's a bit of confusion over the appearance of the site. The people in the past seem to have thought it was one 2-metre tall stone, which was quite pointed towards the top. That seems to be a confusion, and I think it's got mixed up with another local stone called Careg Bica, or isn't too far away near Neath, which seems to be more of that appearance. The original Careg Bica of the Llynfi area seems to have been two 1-metre stones arranged in an almost T shape, so you could use that as almost as a pointing stone then, rather than a pointed stone, and that seems to be where the confusion's been. Luckily, there's somebody called Thomas Gray wrote about it in one of his books, and he drew an illustration of the site, so you could see what it was actually looked like from someone who was there at the time. A lot of people didn't, I think, missed this reference when they were trying to write about the site. Reconstruction of roughly what it would have looked like in the sea day was actually built. Stones of Careg Bica are probably one of the oldest monuments in the valley. It's a shame really that they've been destroyed. Travel up to the site, there's a car park near Maesteg Golf Club at the bottom of Garnwyn Mountain. This car park is alongside the ancient Much Road. You can see the ancient road travelling up along the hill, going up towards the site, and pretty much parallel as it runs along the saddle with this ancient road. You can see the old parish boundary, and it's almost like a dike dug along, running parallel with the actual road. This is the saddle of land then that seems to cross along the heads of the couple of valleys. You've got the Drysog Valley and the Maesteg Valley, and then on the other side you've got the Llynfi Valley dropping down below. What the original builders of the site called the monument is unknown, but there is a reference in the Margam Charters to a stone called Middle Cross, and a few researchers have seemed to suggest that this is a reference to Careg Bica, what it would have been known as in the past. Who built the site isn't exactly known, but there are a few signs of occupation around the area. There's another tamale just down in the woods, just down the road from it, and I have found another enclosure where it doesn't seem to be marked up quite close to the area, so there may be a relation between those two. The main aim of the site, people seem to think it was some navigational aid alongside the road in really bad weather, and as you can see from the video up here, this is the saddle in, well, what's a regular fog on the mountain, and you can see here then, this is where a photo taken from the same spot, just to show you how thick it can be. And another video here taken from the same spot, just give you an idea of why you need to travel along this road. The ancient road the Careg Bica stands alongside would have risen up from FOTH and then run along the top of the mountain range as far as Bulwark High. And then above the Bulwark High there's a burial mound called Twmpath Dewleth, and that's where it would have joined the Hale and Moch, which seems to cut up from the Margam area, and that's the junction, and then they both carry on in the direction of Maesteg Golf Club. And from there the road dips down the saddle of land between the valleys and rises back up on Garnwen Mountain and travels across onto Foel Dyffryn, then up onto Foel Penacastell and down into Glyncymmer, then the area where he would have crossed the river to carry on up the Glencorrog Valley or somewhere along that way, and over to Mynydd Bach, and where he would have joined the San Helen. The ancient road goes from, it would have been the old Nidium in Neath area, the Roman station or fort, and then up to the Brecon. You can see in the distance there, where that's where the road rises up onto the hilltop at Father Gyfraith. And then this is the field then where the actual stone was once stood. Pretty much just to the left of where this electricity pylon is here. And it would have pointed off into the distance and towards Gelli and Croesaru. Careg Bica stone site does stand directly over one of the PTR railway line railway tunnels, and it's about halfway between the two portals of the tunnel. The PTR line is the Talbot railway line, which ran from the ironworks in Maesteg, around where the Tesco's is today, and would have run around through Maesteg Park into around the back by Sachband, and then through the tunnel into the Bryn village. It is worth taking a little walk up alongside the golf club and around the zigzags up towards the Careg Bica site, just because for the views really. The only thing that spoils the view slightly is the pylons will run right across the foreground, but you do get some spectacular sunsets up that area, and quite dramatic weather sometimes. And it's got a fantastic view of a lot of the Llynfi Valley's length going all the way down, because the valley almost like bends up around Nantefellon towards Caereg, so there's not many places where you can actually see the whole valley running down. But that's Careg Bica is one of the good spots for that. Yeah, you can see where there's quite a steep drop off on this side of the mountain, and that's why the road does a zigzag around just to decrease the incline. And this road then cuts along between the head of a lot of springs what would go down to create some of the other valleys. This is still a slight disturbed area. It would be centre of shot about now, and just to the left of that sheep was past by there. That seemed to like match up with where the original stones would have been. And it definitely seems to be a really ancient site. And it's a real shame that it's been destroyed. I think it seems to have been destroyed when they were planting up all the conifer plantations in the area, and because the Careg Bica site was right on the field boundary, I'm guessing the works equipment, I think that there seems to be like a road gouged up the side of the hill, where I'm sure like it was probably diggers or tractors and things, and it was right in line with where they were cutting round up onto the top of the hill, so I think they've just been removed out of the way because of that. It's a real shame really, because if it was slightly further down the road it may have survived because it wouldn't have been in the way. That's the stone alongside the fence. I don't know if it's one of the original stones or just happens to be a boulder just near the site, but these are the large boulders, and that one on the right hand side there in front is the one where people mistook for the actual Careg Bica. These larger stones, they are meaning if they were used as anything, the details have been lost now. You can see that concrete barrier now has been removed, and a new gate has been put up. It seems that the Careg Bica would have marked an ancient boundary, probably, but seems to have changed over time. The modern parish boundary seems to cut through the golf course down below the site. Yeah, so there's my look at one of the ancient sites of the Maesteg area,